Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. I am recording this ahead of time and it is scheduled to go live later, so prices are subject to change. But I just want to really quickly analyze the price of Quant real quick. I'm really kind of just give you guys real quick my thoughts on it. So obviously, the market has pulled back slightly. I was expecting Quant to actually go down a little bit lower. We didn't really go much lower than, 60, $3, almost $64. I was actually expecting this to break down below $50. Of course, when we are talking about Bitcoin recently or even currently, I'm still eyeing that 27.7K zone. And if we do get that zone, we might come down a little bit lower on Quant. It all depends on how much Quant's actually going to bleed. I know that, recently we were oversold greatly when we did drop down to like the $50 range. So it's hard to say if we will see that $30 to $50 range. I'm hoping that we do, just because I think that it's going to be an incredible buy opportunity. I mean, we really kind of just look at it going back just 1 year ago, and it's prices that we haven't seen since going back one whole year ago anyways. In terms of the holders tabs, though, we still are seeing, some slight accumulation happening here in terms of the total addresses. I don't know what happened these 2 days. It seems like a little bit of a glitch. Don't know really if, somebody was selling massively and things like that. But, we are seeing slight numbers increasing here. Nothing too significant. Specifically going back like 3 months ago, we were seeing some major moves here in terms of the, total addresses. But lately, we've been kind of seeing this slow down slightly, which is totally expected as, again, the market sentiment is still uncertain and fearful. Of course, if you want to follow the crowd and, believe that we're going into a recession and a bear market's here, blah, 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 while accumulation's happening from massive institutions and things like that, then so be it. Of course, I've told you guys that I'm not going to be a sheep. I do believe that we will see a massive wave 5 this year on Bitcoin. It doesn't even have to happen this year. It could happen in like quarter 1 or quarter 2 of 2023 as well. We're really going to eye the timeline closely. Of course, time predictions are very hard to get right, but I do believe that a wave 5 will most likely happen within this year or in 2023. So we're definitely, preparing for that, and I do believe that we have an incredible accumulation time frame ahead of us, and I definitely do think that we should take advantage of that. Now, talking about things happening and talking about timelines, we actually do see our phased introduction of the Indian CBDC to start this financial year. I think that this is pretty significant. Of course, this is from the Digital Pound Foundation. I think that this is significant because we know that the Digital Pound Foundation has been working with Quant and also Ripple, as well as many other companies like Electronium, etc. And I just really kind of look forward to seeing a lot more movement happening within this particular situation here in terms of CBDCs and even digital money. And the reason why say that is because I do think that it's going to, really kind of, focus more so on DLT technologies, which will ultimately still need interoperability, which again solidifies Quant's position. But even if it is not DLTs, maybe it is, for example, like, commercial stablecoins and things like that Quant has mentioned, we still need interoperability between those anyways with the legacy system. So you don't really get around Quant anyways. Also, here is a significant quote actually about CBDCs from Gilbert Verdian. A central bank's primary objective is to maintain monetary and financial stability. Any CBDC needs to be designed in a way that supports this. And also, this is on their new website, by the way. Like, if you click these links, you could see a full breakdown of some of these talks. This actually goes back to April 25th of this year, talking more so about cybersecurity and risk considerations for CBDCs. Of course, they are talking about a DLT situation happening, and basically how DLTs could solve many of these inefficiencies with CBDCs and around CBDCs. Of course, we do see, in a 2021 paper, the World Economic Forum outlined what it sees as key cybersecurity threats to CBDCs, including credential theft and loss, user roles and privileges, system integrity, double spending, and quantum computing. Our existing payment and settlement systems are designed with the highest security, resilience, and reliability standards. Central banks need to ensure that the future CBDC infrastructure achieves the same or greater levels of confidence. Hence, DLTs. When we talk about DLTs, there's a lot of DLTs that are solving many inefficiencies. We really kind of look at Hedera. Hedera is ABFT, the highest grade security. We look at even, what Ripple is doing with XRP and the XRP ledger. There's a lot of, major opportunities here within the DLT space. I think that we should definitely be focusing on this as well. And they are even mentioning that, DLTs essentially could change the entire payment landscape. Again, we do see down here breakthroughs in DLTs related to key management and putting data on chain are inspiring different approaches. These may lead to new capabilities that could be shared and deployed by participants in the future, such as the ability for all participants to utilize a secure and immutable digital version of identity, a solution where a user can control and revoke access rights to personal data in accordance with GDPR, technology configurations that enable interoperability and replacement when better technology emerges. The decentralized approach of DLTs establishes the highest level of resilience and eliminates essential point of failure. Hence why I do believe that a DLT system will essentially be ushered in. Again, when we talk about the pivotal role that Quant will play here, we talk about a DLN basically being built out, a distributed ledger network, which will basically interconnect all DLTs to one massive network, hence the term network of networks. That is where we really kind of foresee Quant heading. Also, we did see Quant also mention this. Are central banks thinking radically enough about CBDCs? Catch up on the discussion webinar with Gilbert Verdian. Similar to this one, you guys can click this link and view this. I don't want to really kind of open this one just because I don't really, want to talk too much about this. What I really want to address with this is the fact that we really kind of talk about what Quant is doing and where they are positioned. Here they are talking with, Finality and also even R3 Corda. And they're really kind of talking about solutions within CBDCs. This tells me that we are seeing, those bridges basically being built out, interconnectivity and interoperability between these major networks. For an example, like R3, I just talked to you guys a little bit about it with Zinfin. They are a giant. 300 plus, banks are on their ecosystem. I think that this is huge. I think that this is a huge opportunity for Quant as well as the interoperability solution. I just think that when we talk about, DLT technologies and the future of DLTs and even crypto in general, I think that, we talk about collaboration, not enough. I think that we always talk about competition, but I think that we're going to need to see vast collaboration within the space to truly recognize and realize the value behind crypto. Now, talking about that, I really kind of want to usher in to discussion on this that happened 2 days ago. It's Bank of America CEO, regulation won't let us engage in crypto. And when we talk about this, I do think that this is an area that we should focus on. We really kind of look at like Luna and things like that happened recently. But when we look at Bank of America, they have hundreds of blockchain patents, but regulation won't allow them to engage in crypto. And I think that this is a significant area to really kind of pay attention to because I do think that regulations are going to open the doors for a lot of these, major opportunities to be realized. We actually do see here, he was asked about his bank's plans for cryptocurrencies. The reality is that we run a payments business across our platform. It's trillions of dollars a day, and almost all of it is digital, and the executive, replied, adding, if you think about the blockchain, we have hundreds of patents on blockchain as a process and as a tool and as a technology. Now, again, when we look at this, this is trillions of dollars a day. This is through, something, where we can get, just one platform signed on and it's trillions a day. I tell you guys that we need to stop looking at market cap as something that really kind of holds us back from seeing the, bigger picture here. We look at crypto and even Quant, right? Like Quant has barely, a $1 billion market cap. We look at crypto and it has a $1.22 trillion market cap. We are so early. We look at these use cases that are holding, that are being held behind a barrier. That barrier is regulations. The opportunity cost here is absolutely massive. We talk about Swift. They are settling $5 trillion a day. Bank of America, is doing, trillions of dollars a day. And, he is planning on many opportunities here for crypto. I think that when we talk about payment landscapes and, basically where we are headed in terms of the, financial systems infrastructure, I think it's going to be digitized. And it's going to be digitized through crypto technology and crypto networks. And all these networks will need to have that interoperability bridge. So when we look at Quant is, the star, player here. and they are already doing some significant things already with many of their other partnerships that they have in terms of like what Quant is really kind of building out here. In terms of a lot of these major banks, I think that they are definitely looking at some major opportunities in this market, similar to other banks that have already partnered with a few assets. Obviously, they're exploring, a few opportunities like, we talk about DBS and, even KPMG. In fact, KPMG, we do see here, client confirmed. One of the big four, 236,000 employees in 147 countries, $32 billion turnover, audit, tax, and advisory services. Funny enough, this actually got removed from the Quant website. This is from the new website. Shout out to Son NL11 for this. They removed it. It's no longer there, and I think that this is interesting. I think that this is a leaked partnership. This partnership will most likely be ushered in very soon, but it really kind of proves to you exactly where a lot of these major assets are positioned and networks are positioned as well. By the way, this is a little bit older. This goes back to May 31st, 2022. I know I'm a little late on it, but I figured I would include this because when we talk about what KPMG is actually doing, we don't know the overall use case value that they're going to deliver, but if they are utilizing and leveraging Quant's Overledger, that is a pretty big client. This is one of the big four, and again, they are in 147 countries, so that is pretty big. And like I said, when we talk about these major banks that are trying to get into the opportunity cost of crypto, there's one major barrier behind them, and that is regulations. They need to get over regulations. We need to usher in regulations in order for the true value to really kind of be perceived through crypto. And that will happen eventually, but I think that we are just a little bit a ways from that. This is why I say, hey, if we get that wave 5, it's going to be something pretty significant. But if we even go into, a bear market and we have another bull market ahead in like roughly, the 2020, it's like 2024, 2025 timeframe, it could be a little bit later. Then that is going to be probably one of the biggest bull runs in the history of crypto, and we'll probably have a $10+ trillion market cap for all of crypto. And it really kind of shows you exactly where some of these assets are, really headed in terms of price per. I always really kind of look at Quant as being like $100,000 plus asset eventually, and I still will, tell you guys that because guess what? At the end of the day, when you look at the perceived value behind a lot of these tokens and what banks are trying to do and financial institutions are trying to do here, there's still one clear player that is 100% necessary for the future of this space, and that is Quant. Interoperability is probably one of the most overlooked use cases to date, and I will continue to tell you guys that until interoperability is basically perceived as a big use case similar to like what XRP is doing, XLM, etc. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.